Have you ever thought about the question whether learning an additional programming language or like another framework is actually the best use of your time to drive your career forward? I asked myself this question and I just wanted to share my thoughts on it. In general, this concept of lifelong learning and always embracing new things and trying out new things out is like a great habit to have. It's fantastic because the market changes really quickly and programming languages change, and if you are hands off for quite a while, it will be very hard for you to get in again. Without a doubt, it's like a good habit to constantly keep learning. But just put yourself into the following situation. So let's just assume you already know a couple of programming language, you have also fixed a couple of bugs in production, and you have read like architecture books and whatever. You could say, okay, you probably have a decent experience when it comes to like software engineering and programming. And now you have two options. Option one is you continue to learn a new framework or a new technology. I don't know, a programming language you haven't used, some fancy new technology that just came up. Or the second option is you start working on complementary skills. So for example, something like sales, marketing in general, public speaking and people skills. So these are your two options. And what do you think? Like what focus or what activity would bring you like the most value? Well, I mean, the first question is the most value towards what? What I always try to do is I try to acquire skills that allow me to do something end to end. So that means from the start to the finish. So that means requirements, elicitation, implementing like the actual thing that I want to build, but also, also the sales and the marketing aspect. Does this make sense in terms of business? That's my goal. I want to have like a holistic skill set, that can go from start to finish. You don't have to develop them in like a super detail. So for some things, it's like good enough to just know the basics. But I think like having this ability to go from start to finish, like this is really good, because only with that you can actually make a change, right? Because in the end, what matters is that this, whatever you're trying to do, gets shipped and that you can market it and that people can use it. And that's just how I would have answered the question. So for me, I would probably go with the second option, because I just said, I think it's important to build like these complementary skills. Now, of course, that has a cost. Like everything has a cost. There's no free lunch, right? So during the time you kind of get into the complementary skills, you cannot work on your programming language or your coding skills. But that is fine, because I just think that learning programming languages and frameworks has a diminishing return. So the more you already know about the subject, the smaller the value you're going to get if you're going to invest more time in it. If you, however, learn something that is rather new to you or where you don't know the concepts, this is going to broaden your horizon. It's going to allow you to have your main skill and then a few like complementary skills that help you to have a good package. So to say. After all, programming languages are very similar. So if you know a couple of them, then it's very easy for you to learn a new one. And that is kind of what tells you, like if you have this feeling, then okay, actually, in order for you to move ahead in whatever you want to do, like in the company, like overall as a person, to develop like skills, probably it's going to be the new fields that are going to push you forward. And that is just what I kind of saw for myself. And that's why I thought, okay, I'm just going to get into like the marketing and the sales side. Yeah, so that's my take on diminishing returns for new frameworks. I think if you already know a lot of them, like a lot of programming languages, it should be quite clear that learning yet another one is not going to push you forward that much. So what I think is better is if you try to go for the end-to-end abilities. So requirements, elicitation, implementation, but also marketing and sales. And if you have like this huge array of skills, I think this is going to be something that will push you forward and that is going to help you in the long run. Let me know what you think about this. Maybe you got a different opinion. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. You can also reach out to me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @productioncoder. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.